HasBeens Podcast, man. Back at it again. This is episode 12.
Yeah, 12.
Shit. If you can come every week, bro, that would definitely help me keep up with the numbers. Episode 12. We got my boy Mike back. Had a test last week, man.
Yeah, bro.
And we got a special guest in the building, man, with my boy Daton Pope. What's up, bro?
Nothing much, man. I'm happy to be here, bro. I appreciate you having me.
Okay. Hey, man. Story about Daton, man. Daton might be. We talked about this before we got on the set. Daton might be the single reason I kept pushing to get WildCard and this vision on just tap and just keep going and keep pushing and pushing this whole project and this whole vision. Okay. Daton, I don't think a lot of people know, but Daton deserves the most credit. Well, I won't say the most, but he deserves a lot of credit for pushing me to continue to push my dream and my vision and my passion. So, Daton, for that, I would say thank you for that and thank you for coming, my boy. We got to get some clap fucking animations or some shit.
Something, man. I like that.
Listen, man, I take no credit, man. You doing what you're supposed to be doing, bro. I saw that you had the gift, and I felt like it was my job to push you to be the best person you could be, and to come and share your talents and your gifts with others. Because oftentimes we sit and we don't give ourselves a chance, and we don't take chances on ourselves. And I felt like it was time. So I'm just happy to be here and happy to be a part of what you have going on with WildCard.
Appreciate it. Bring the mic a little closer so you can kind of help you swivel a little bit. Yeah. So we in it. We got some good topics I think on the docket today, man. Mike, before we get started, you already know what can they find us at, bro?
Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, WildCard Sports, website WildCard Sports. No, thewildcardsports.com.
About to say you haven't gone to the wrong place, my boy. We cannot have that.
Website out. Y'all follow us, subscribe. Road to 1K is real.
Road to 1K, man. What about the road to 1K?
Man, we just trying to get to 1K.
1,000 subscribers, likes, follows, 1,000, man. When you see WildCard, we need to see 1,000 next to it. That should just be the mantra, 1,000 plus. You know what I'm saying? We just trying to grow and expand our reach, and we just want to put this product in as many people's eyes and paths as possible. So that's just subscribe, share, and all that stuff just helps us out, man. So continue to support, continue to submit ideas. I promise you, we listening because we trying to give everybody what they want to hear here. True. At WildCard, and especially on the HasBeens Podcast. So without further ado, we gonna get into it, man. We gonna start the top with some boxing, man. We got a fight this weekend, man. We got a fight.
Oh, really?
Errol Spence Jr, man, and Shawn Porter, man.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna start this off. Daton is gonna be like the wild card boxing guy, man. He is our boxing guy. When I got questions about boxing, because I'm not a boxing head, I just like to watch it. Mm-hmm. This is who I come to about boxing. So we gonna open it up with boxing. First question I got for you, Daton. How big is this fight? Because I think casual fans or people who watch boxing for a lot, they just kind of gravitate towards the shit talking, how much shit is being spoken on television and how much hype is around the fight. But a lot of people don't know, kind of like, because I'll go back to like Fury and Wilder. I think people just were more interested because how big the fight was and the shit talk, and didn't understand the competitors that was entering the fight. So how big is this fight as far as the competitors?
Well, it's a big fight. One of the biggest fights of the year. Probably going to be one of the most action-packed fights of the year. Errol Spence, great body puncher, great technician, and also he can brawl if he needs to. So if you don't know, Errol Spence got popular when he was first, sparring with Floyd Mayweather. He was actually one of the only people to kind of give Floyd a problem in the ring. And as legend has it, he ended up blacking Floyd's eye.
Hey, popped him up one?
Cold. Yeah, popped him up one. And Floyd actually kicked him out the gym. And
I was about to say, I'm sure Floyd didn't like that.
He didn't like that. He kicked him out the gym, and they feuded for a little bit.
Was he able to come back?
Yeah, he eventually was able to come back. But this is a huge fight. Shawn Porter, another dog, has fought Keith Thurman and Kell Brooks and people of that nature, and he is actually he's one of the bigger names in the world in the welterweight division. So I think that it's gonna be an action-packed fight, and this is a fight that I think a lot of casuals will be watching. because Errol he's created a presence in Dallas that's pretty big. Like he's close with Jerry Jones. He's been fighting at the Cowboys Stadium. So he's now building his brand. So I think that it'll be a big fight. It's definitely not one to miss out on.
Definitely. Okay. So with that being said, another thing I saw, because you know me, I like to do enough research to know what the hell I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. So I hear Shawn Porter is known for not being afraid to take the big fight.
Right.
So that always comes to question, because you know me and you get into it, the resumes. We always talk resumes, and you always tell me I'm wrong about Floyd, and we talk resumes.
Right.
So speaking on that, and they say, so clearly I can hear about what people say, Shawn Porter, he's going to fight any and everybody. Can you say that Spence, now you say he's a technician, and we talked off the set, and you told me what you felt about him. Do you feel like his resume stacks up with Porter's to be able to, you know, justify what you're saying, because he's the undefeated fighter in here. So right. Is his resume stacking up with the record?
Well, I'll put it like this. A lot of people would say no because they haven't seen Errol challenged. But Errol Spence and Shawn Porter actually have a mutual competitor. They both fought Kell Brooks. Shawn Porter, of course, took the L to Kell Brooks, I think back in like 2014. And Errol Spence actually beat Kell Brooks, actually broke one of his eye sockets. So the only reason that Errol Spence probably doesn't have such as big of a resume as Shawn Porter has is because a lot of those fighters have been ducking Errol Spence. Shawn Porter for a while was ducking Errol Spence, and you know Errol chased him down, hawked him down, and now they finally made the fight. Yeah, and he has to see him, but I don't necessarily think that Shawn really wanted to take that fight. But now that he's in it, you know, I think that he's embraced the fact that they're about to compete with each other this Saturday. And I think even when you watch the interviews, it seems like Shawn is trying to psych himself out to fight Errol. But man, nobody wants problems with Errol in that division. That's that guy.
Okay. So the welterweight division, we got Spence, Porter, and my guy. You know my guy.
Who you got?
Pac-Man.
Oh, Lord.
So
Pac-Man.
Spence got one belt, right?
Okay.
Am I right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Spence got one belt.
IBF.
Porter got one belt.
The WBC.
And my boy, Manny.
WBO.
He just took out Keith Thurman to get that one, didn't he?
Yeah.
Now, see, that I knew before he even cut. I ain't had to do no research. Even Pac involved, you feel me? So with that one, is the path Pacquiao, or is Pacquiao not a part of that welterweight path? He just kind of got the belt, but nobody sees him no more as a challenger, or I won't say a challenger, but a true champion.
So this Saturday, this is a unifying bout for both the titles. So whoever wins will both have both the WBC and the IBF title. But I think the path is Pacquiao, possibly after this fight. But ultimately, the fight that everybody wants to see is Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford.
That's my guy.
Now, that's going to be the one. Now, that one, I can't even call. I don't know who I have in that one. But I think Errol's going to win Saturday. I think that he stopped Shawn Porter. But after that, if he faces Pacquiao, I feel like he destroys Pacquiao.
Hey, this off youth. Would you think youth? I think and obviously technical skill, but I think the youth will prevail in that one too, don't you think?
That, and on top of the fact that Errol Spence is a big welterweight. He's a big guy.
I heard he got some power too.
He has a lot of power, and you know that he spars heavyweights. Ooh. So yeah, I think that will be a dangerous fight for Pac.
Sorry to cut you off, but it's just on my mind. It's not written down. Is the welterweight division, because I'm hearing these names, is it the best division in boxing? Because all the names that I know outside of the big heavyweights, you know, I think I told either Terry or you. I like what's the Lomachenko? I like him too, but I don't know what class he's in.
Lomachenko is lightweight, I believe.
Okay, yeah. But all the other names that I hear, the big names, the big fights, is coming out of. It seems like this welterweight, this weight category. Do you think this is where the most skilled boxers, I guess, lie right now?
Well, I think that boxing is making a big comeback. You have a lot of great fighters coming up in different divisions. Like you have Errol Spence, you have Terrence Crawford, you have Manny Pacquiao. In the welterweight, you have Keith Thurman, you have Shawn Porter. But then you also have your heavyweights coming back. You have Tyson Fury, you have Anthony Joshua, even though he just lost to Andy Ruiz. That's an up-and-coming fighter. And, of course, you got that guy, the monster, which, I don't even have to mention his name. Right. One knocking everybody out, Deontay Wilder.
From T-Town.
Then you have young guys coming up. You have a lot of people. You have like you mentioned, Lomachenko. And then you also have some other fighters. I lost my train of thought.
Yeah.
But boxing is coming back heavy.
Okay. Damn, I didn't got lost because I didn't threw everybody off with this random ass question. So let me get back on the script. Maybe that's just the best way to get it back. Where we at? So we gonna cut off the script real quick. We're not off the script, but on the script, but away from more boxing. Where you watching the fight at this weekend, Daton? I know you take boxing serious. So
so I have to watch it at the house, man.
You gotta watch it at the house?
I can't go to a bar, man, and shit. Everybody's all noisy. Nah, man, I'm one of those. I want to get in the fight because I want to see what's going on, what's happening. I'm analyzing at the same time.
Yeah. Right, because that's like me with the Laker games, man. The Laker games, I don't like to go to the games. I don't like to watch the finals. I watch the finals by myself. I watch all big games by myself. You know what I'm saying?
And so the only thing I'm doing, I'm damn near taking score myself, counting rounds. And so earlier, the two other fighters that I wanted to mention, Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney.
Okay.
And Gervonta Davis.
Todd told me about Gervonta
Davis.
He been telling me about him. Yeah. Young cat.
Mm-hmm. That's who I think. I think he's gonna take Lomachenko down.
You think so?
That's who he's gunning for.
How many years you think that's away? Couple years.
I think it's sooner than later.
Really?
Honestly, I think it's sooner than later.
Okay. I sound like I know a little shit.
Yeah. I think it's
Just
sooner than later.
Mike, what you watching? You watching the fight? You didn't even know about the fight till you came here today, huh?
No fight. I didn't know no fight, man.
Look, man, you gonna be back in T-Tizzle, man. You gotta have everybody at the fight, man. Have a fight party at the crib. That's gonna be that's the play.
Better play Saturday.
Then do have a fight party, boy. The after party, the fight.
Celebrating Bama win, man.
Y'all play. We ain't gonna even get into Bama in college football because that shit ain't
man,
shit.
You know what they're doing, man.
So
you gotta watch the fight, man.
So yeah, you gotta watch the fight because I definitely ain't big fight. I like to watch good fights.
That's a pay-per-view though, man. I don't have pay-per-view.
Man, it's just go. That's why you go to a fight party when you ain't got it, But speaking of that, so since fight parties, that's the next thing. I done been to a couple fight parties today, and I done been blessed to go out with them and watch a fight a couple times too.
Yeah.
Bug. When you go to a fight party, Daton, what are some rules? What are just some taboos, some no-nos, some just so that people who listening, when they go to a fight party, because there's gonna be a lot of them this weekend, they just steer away from this type of behavior. Right. What can you think of?
Well, depending on where you watching the fight at. If you watching the fight at somebody's house, do not get up and walk in front of the TV during the round. Don't do that.
Yeah, I don't like that.
That's a big taboo.
Yeah, you got to just be able to sustain yourself for 3 minutes. You feel me?
For 3 minutes.
3 minutes intervals, sustain, pit stop, get back to it, man. That's just how it goes. Mike, what you got?
Music.
Music?
You got to turn the music off when it
when the fight going on. Yeah, definitely. Y'all, you definitely got to stop the music. I want to hear the commentary. I need to hear some of the blows. So sometimes that matters for me. I need to hear how powerful that punch was.
Right.
You feel me? My number one rule, you feel me? You got to have a good crowd. You got to invite the right people, you feel me?
That's very important.
That's the key. So if you got to invite people that care about like the craft, regardless of if they know it. You gotta invite people that care about sports and care about preparation and actually care about coming and watching people put on they athletic displays. I like to invite people that care.
You know what I say about that? I say you're right, but you have so many more casuals than you do actual fans of boxing. So I say tough. If you can at least invite, if at least 50% of the people in the party actually care about boxing,
you have a good party.
You got a good party.
Got a good party.
You got a good party. You need at least a half of them to care.
And Mike, you probably need some drink.
Yeah, see, in T-Town, it's gonna be 100% casuals, so it might not be a good party.
Unless Wilder fighting, and you can get a Wilder fight, you can get a jump in T-Town, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm actually just really rolling my points right on accident.
What you got for me?
Back to Wilder, Mike, since we know where you at with it.
Okay.
Wilder, Fury, Joshua. You feel me? That's the big talk in the heavyweight division. Okay. Who the best? Who you think the best out of them three? I know you pay attention to that.
Wilder, man.
Wilder?
Yeah, hands down.
Dave.
Wilder, hands down.
I like Fury, man. Fury, you know me. I just like the unorthodox. You know, I love unorthodox things. I love stories. I love progression. I love to listen to kind of like somebody coming from something, fighting through something. So, I love stories. I love the underdog. But then I love that he, the first time I ever watched him fight, he got in the ring and proved like that what you see ain't what you about to get. Like you look at him and you think he about to, he fat, sloppy, kind of like Butterbean, but skinnier. Mm-hmm. A skinny version of Butterbean. But then when he put them hands up, he thrown with some of the best I ever seen in that heavyweight division. And that was like just, I love shit like that. So I immediately gravitated towards Fury and the boxing to go with it. So I'm gonna go with Fury as the top dog. I think he won that. I think he won that fight, but I respect the fact that they wouldn't give him the fight. Because when you go into a championship fight, I think you got to go and really take the champ out.
Yeah, you got to take the champ out.
Got to snatch him.
And if you revisit that fight and you watch that fight again, for the first few rounds arguably could have gone to Wilder. When you pair that with the two knockdowns, which really the last one should have been a knockout, it sums up to being about even.
Right. So I respected it because I thought that you held your count a little long. So I was along the lines. It was a great fight. Run it like that, and in order to beat the champ, you real deal got to sweep the rug from up on them. And when you get punched and you the one was on the canvas twice, I can't give it to you, bro.
Yeah, you got to go in there and take the belt. You got to take it from the champ. So,
but I do think he's the better fighter. I think he's the better fighter. But Wilder, boy, he is fucking excited to watch him. Oh, Lord.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Anytime you get a fighter in the ring that could be losing and turn the whole fight around with one punch. Oh, yeah.
I watched him take somebody's ribs out. I said, Lord.
What's that meme he got? That meme?
What is?
Which one? I forgot the meme. I forgot what it was.
He was mad at bro about the question?
Yeah.
He a scary dude,
day.
Bro.
Yeah, to this day.
To this day. And I got one last boxing question, Dave. Because, see, I got my answer, and I'm going to answer it first. I want to see how you, if you feel the same way I feel.
I know this is about to be controversial. Let me
Best
what's up?
Fighter in boxing, like pound for pound. My answer, I'm going to give you mine first, actually. I'm going Bud Crawford. Pound for pound, I think is the best boxer I've seen box in the last, 2 or 3 years.
You know what?
Maybe because he be on TV and shit, too.
Nah, that's a fair pick.
Ooh, that's a fair pick. Know what I'm seeing.
That's a fair pick.
Okay.
But with me, it's between Bud Crawford and Errol Spence.
Really?
It's between those two.
I hear you talk about Errol Spence all the time.
Yeah.
I've never watched anything, so Saturday will be the first time I'll see this guy fight.
Check him out.
I really don't even want to go watch any of his old fights. I want to come in here and just be like a little baby and just and just soak it in. I'm gonna make my decision about how he fight there. But I hear nothing but high praise. Nothing but high praise. I literally watched it, and when I was studying for this part of the show, I literally watched the YouTube videos with my phone face down because I didn't want to see no tape. I just wanted to listen.
Yeah, the kid.
And just because I don't want to. I don't know enough. I can't see enough tape in 30 minutes to talk enough about it anyway.
Probably one of the best body punches we've seen since Marvin Hagler, bro.
Shit.
No exaggeration.
I'm excited.
I'm about to watch this weekend.
Y'all excited? Because I'm excited. I'm always excited for big fights, man.
I'm super excited.
Okay. I'm about to watch this.
No, you're not.
Don't be home.
No, you're not. Let's get into some shit you might watch.
Okay.
Football.
Oh, yeah.
Football, but not the football we talking about. Because Nah, yeah, you know, the picks and shit, that shit boring. I'm tired of picking teams on it and wasting my time.
Yeah.
Y'all catch the picks. They coming out when they come the picks.
Wednesday. Tomorrow? Yeah, no.
They come out. We should wait till Thursday to drop them because I be having
officially drop Thursday.
Yeah, because it was a couple picks I wanted back. But we pick early in the week, so you know some injuries happen. But either way, we're not gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about a little something different. I think everything we talk about today, I think me and Daton kind of had like a private discussion just on some low key shit about this one. Interesting video dropped by the Players Tribune. I want to say a couple weeks ago, called "The State of the Black Quarterback." Mike, I don't know if you had a chance to watch it.
Nope.
You in school. I'm gonna excuse you. Let me tell you what happened. So the State of the Black Quarterback, it was Warren Moon, E.J. Manuel. Those are former NFL quarterbacks. Obviously, Warren Moon is a former NFL great, I think Hall of Famer. You know that?
Yeah.
Okay, just make sure you know. We're a little young. And then it was also featuring Deshaun Watson and Josh Dobbs.
Where Doug Williams at?
Relax, bro.
Okay.
Doug wasn't there.
Okay.
Not on this set right here, but
I got you.
Much homage to the great Doug Williams. We're going to get to that. We're going to get to that.
Yeah.
So in this video, it was about almost 30 minutes long, they just talked about kind of their journey as a black quarterback in professional football and all the stigmas they had to overcome and all of the things they had to just overcome just being a black quarterback. Not just being a quarterback. It's hard enough being a quarterback. Right. You get all the blame. You get all the glory. You truly have to prepare more than everybody. You truly have to conduct. It's a full-time job being, I think, NFL quarterback. So some of the points I took from it, because I can talk all day because, you know, I'm a weekly driver of the Black Quarterback Committee. My favorite quarterbacks in football are all black, not by mistake. Well, I mean, Breeze, my guy. It's not like
Matt Ryan, too.
I'm not biased. I hate that guy, and it has nothing to do with his color or anything. He's just a terrible quarterback. Crazy. But I think the black quarterback has been undervalued. I think the black quarterback has been, bringing so much popularity to the sport, but still facing, like, weird scrutiny, like, but then they are the reason, like, that, you know what I'm saying, that everybody watches this and tunes on Sunday. Oh, it's staggering when you listen to my point, how many black quarterbacks there are in the NFL, starting quarterbacks in the NFL, and some of the most exciting players in the NFL, some of the most grossing jersey selling players in the NFL are black quarterbacks. Right. But yet they face so much scrutiny. Warren Moon said it was a point where he said that he had to go to his pro day and run his 40 slower because he feared they wouldn't take him serious as a quarterback. They couldn't fathom that you can be fast, you can run, and throw. It was impossible. Because the first stigma was black people weren't smart. Black people aren't smart. The quarterback has to be smart. Black people can't be quarterbacks. Doug Williams flat out shattered that shit when he took the Washington Redskins to the Super Bowl. One of the most amazing fucking performances. Everybody, I think, tries to overshadow that performance, and every year is like the greatest. That's really one of the greatest performances in Super Bowl history. It was about a black quarterback, Super Bowl MVP. He shut the door on that bullshit stigma that black people weren't smart and black people couldn't be quarterbacks and all that shit. But even now, 20 plus years later, how long? 30 years probably later, you know, you got quarterbacks here still, you know, sitting here thinking that, you know, they're being looked at as not as smart because they're black. And I'm going to hop off my hard because I fucking go all day about this shit. It pisses me off. Mike, how you feel about that, man? How you feel about the black quarterback and just the overall stigma of the black quarterback in the NFL?
I feel like it's kind of a stigma. I mean, now I don't know. I feel like they got like more of an opportunity. College and NFL is more black quarterbacks playing. I feel like they're held maybe a slightly higher standard. I feel like if they start losing or they do bad, they might be like quicker to lead the team. Like they already talking about Cam Newton maybe gone,
right?
Jameis Winston, you know what I mean. So I mean I don't know if it's a huge stigma nowadays, but it was at some point. But I mean that's how I feel about it.
And then Daton, you said you actually had a chance to watch the video.
I did
What'd you think?
A chance to watch it, and okay, so let me start here. We know throughout history, the quarterback position was always seen as the cerebral position,
right?
Or the position where, you know, you're commanding a fleet of men, and it's one of those things where, of course, they felt like a black quarterback wasn't smart enough because it was just the metaphor for society. Like, black people are seen in society as not being smart enough. We're good enough to be a workhorse, but not good enough to be leaders. So that translates to the football field. Whenever you see a black quarterback, it's always he has to be a workhorse. He got to be fast. He got to be able to. He can't stay in the pocket. He can't be an in the pocket quarterback. He got to go out there and put his body on the line.
Like, what the fuck is that?
End up like Michael Vick or Cam Newton hurt. And that's what they expect out of the black quarterback. If you can't run the ball, you know, you saw it with Colin Kaepernick. You saw it with Russell Wilson. You saw it with Michael Vick. You see it with Cam Newton. You see it with so many other black quarterbacks that you have to be 10 times better than your white counterparts. And that's where the problem lies. The thing is, me personally, I haven't watched an NFL game in probably two to 3 years. And ever since the whole situation with Colin Kaepernick went down, I haven't watched it. And it's not solely because of Colin himself, but it's just about the treatment of the black players, period. You know, and because I could care less if Colin gets a job or not. And I didn't mean to segue into this topic, but I think it's fitting. It's just about the way that the black players themselves are treated. You tell them that they can't protest. You tell them that they can't kneel, even though I felt like kneeling was actually showing a lot of respect for the flag in a country where we have been marginalized and haven't been treated as humans, essentially. Mm-hmm. And imagine playing in a sport where you are punished for your talent.
That's insane.
To say that, you know, well, I couldn't run the 40 as fast as I possibly could because I was scared that would take me out of the running for being a quarterback because I was too good. I'm too good. Fast.
I'm too fast. Therefore, like, they can't even imagine me having an arm worth a damn. Like, that's weird. And going back to what you said, Mike, about their leash being short, as far as, like, I watched Nathan Peterman. And I don't think it's white or black. I don't try to make shit white or black. Like, I don't think that's what it is that's driving the decisions. I think it's some underlying feelings that drive the decision. I think this is what we're talking about that drives those decisions. But I watched Nathan Peterman throw like 9 interceptions in a game. I'm exaggerating. It was like 6 or 7.
It was like 6.
In a game. Come back. Get another job on another team the very next season.
Yeah.
And then I listen and I watch this video. And I look at E.J. Manuel, and I watch him play for the Bills and had a solid season. And we know historically the Bills have been a very bad franchise, especially as long as you have been paying attention to football. You've never remembered the Bills being good, right?
Sorry.
So that kind of just – and then so he goes from the Bills, not a good situation. I think he may stop somewhere else. And the next thing you know, he just washes right out of the league. And you watch these guys who are absolutely just not good just sit here and – make careers out of football.
Right.
And so for me, that's that's still, when you say it's a change and it's gotten better, that brings me all the way back to all those feelings are still there. Because it's like when RG3, like, look at RG3. Look at RG3. He's a nobody now.
Yeah.
He's a fucking nobody. Yet we still talking about Ryan Fitz fucking magic. You see what I'm saying? Yep. Ryan Fitz magic had more stick than RG3. And Ryan Fitzpatrick has never had a season better than RG3's rookie year.
True.
And it's all about the short leash because the first time RG3 played poorly, it was like, I told you so. Can't run and throw. They figured him out. He wasn't smart enough.
I feel like that was due to him kind of getting hurt in that season. And then he came back and he didn't do as well.
Yeah, but so he got hurt. That's one thing. He got hurt. He may not have. Whatever it is, the baseline is he didn't play as well as he did the previous year.
True.
And initially, immediately, all the fingers like, we told you.
Right.
He couldn't do it. It was a fluke. They didn't have tape on him, and now they have tape on him. He can't outthink people.
Right.
Boom, 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 and wash right out.
Well, that's kind of due to his talent, too, though. He can't really throw the ball like that as well.
We watch a lot of guys who can't throw the ball really well.
You're right.
Stay and get chance after chance after chance. And we watch guys who come in to terrible situations. The fucking Redskins, another one. Hell, it just dawned on me, and I think everybody just going crazy today about how the state of the Redskins. Right. Like, this historic franchise John Snyder took over. I didn't realize that 2 playoff wins in 20 years. And it's RG3 fault? Like, they were like, I literally heard, and see, here we go. I literally heard they was talking about, like, coaches who came back. Mike Shanahan, 2-time Super Bowl winning coach. Joe Gibbs won the Super Bowl with the fucking Redskins in the 70s. I think he won with Doug Williams.
Right.
They came back and had their fucking legacies tarnished after leaving that place.
That's crazy.
And you like, but they can make it and like get past that. But RG3, everybody knows the situation is terrible. Right. But no, it's not everything else as far as RG3. We told you. He get hurt, protected. He can't protect himself. Yet we're not talking about how terrible the offensive line was. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Like, it's just everything. Like Cam Newton, I hate it. Everything is like about how he dresses and how I don't care about is all this. This guy is physically ailing, and you have people demanding like he needs to retire.
Hey.
He needs to retire. And we watch quarterbacks who were shells of themselves collect checks for 2 and 3 years past their prime, and everybody said they deserve to go out on their own.
And Big Check said that.
And this is an MVP, former MVP,
right?
Took his team to the Super Bowl, and it's documented that he has never had the best weapons.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, you look at Cam Newton, you be like, but that team was great.
Yeah.
He had that. Remember that team with so-and-so? You feel me? So, like, I mean, I hear what you're saying, and, like, it's just, I just don't think black quarterbacks get a fair shake. And when they are great, I don't ever think that them being black ever comes up. Like, they try to just, oh, he's black, but we're not going to say anything about it. Like, when they do great things, like when you get Russell Wilson, when you get Patrick Mahomes, they forget to remind you he's a black quarterback. They forget to remind you Pat Mahomes is black.
Yeah, I just feel like
Dak Prescott is black. The minute they get terrible, you'll be reminded they're a black quarterback. Trust me.
Most definitely.
So let's go through the list of black quarterback starters. We're going to go through the starters first.
Okay.
Oh, Lauren, man. Cam Newton, Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston, Dak Prescott, Jacoby Brissett, Deshaun Watson, Patrick Mahomes, Kyler Murray, Lamar Jackson, and now Teddy Bridgewater.
It's a good bit of the league right there.
And
these are also guys, some of the top quarterbacks in the league, right?
And all of them are workhorses too.
Yeah. Definitely.
All of them.
Jacoby Brissett, I mean, I think he's one of the most underappreciated quarterbacks in football. He's served in place for Tom Brady. I think Tom Brady got suspended. He served in place because Jimmy Garoppolo got hurt first game of the season. Served in place, played excellent. Nobody thought they were going to win the games. Oh, shit, Jimmy Garoppolo's down now. The fucking Patriots are screwed. Played excellent. They traded on the Colts when Andrew Luck was hurt. Played real solid football behind that same offensive line that everybody says that. Why do I get the burping every week? That they say ran Andrew Luck out of town and made him retire. Remember that same offensive line? That same lack of protection? Jacoby Brissett played behind that too. He gets absolutely no credit, no respect. The minute Andrew Luck's retired, it's just fucking over with for the Colts. Because they look at this black guy and they don't respect him. They never watch him play. Most people didn't. He just see the black face and they don't respect him. That's what it is. But I don't want to get off the high horse, Cam. And then we're going to go to also the other black quarterbacks in the league. Josh Dobbs, RG3, Dwayne Haskins, soon to be a starter. Definitely. Brett Hundley, Josh Johnson, and Deshaun Kaiser. A lot of representation, a lot of black quarterbacks in the NFL. I just don't think there's enough respect being shown to what these guys do and how athletic they are. And like Daton truly said, they work these guys to death. Like every last one of them looking on the list, like, has been worked to death, underpaid. It's Dak Prescott.
You just got a check.
He hadn't got it yet, but shout out to him. He leveraged himself into a check. Yeah, let's not sit here and act like their intention was to ever do right by him.
True.
Their intention was to hope he fail and be mediocre this year so that they can justify shorting him on his money. And now that he's balling out, they're gonna have to pay him, or he gonna just like, all right, I'll just go
They in a tough situation. They got Zeke too, so it's
not even that. Good quarterback not hard to come by, and if you're not gonna let one come on the open market, trust me.
For sure, yeah.
I just don't think I just think they're overworked and undervalued, and then the minute there's some adversity in the situation, I think they're very easily washed away.
Like Kim.
And me personally, I think just this conversation itself highlights a bigger topic of how we're willing to accept a certain level of treatment.
The short end of the stick.
Because we swear that ice is so much colder. That's why I feel like it's imperative that we support, what Ice Cube is doing with the Big Three, and that model needs to be replicated. Because honestly, like you said, they don't respect those guys, and they never will.
Yeah.
They never will. They never have, and they never will. As long as, we can put you on the field and you keep bringing in revenue for the team, and we hit our goals at the end of the year, we can give a damn about you because we can always go replace you.
Right.
And so, like, I remember I was talking to you one day, Cam, and we were having a conversation about how basically in our society, in the black society, our need to be validated and our love for trinkets and things like that has made us grow selfish. And it was along the lines of, somebody's going to have to make a sacrifice so that, we can carve out our own path. Meaning that it's going to come to a point to where somebody's going to have to bite the bullet and not maybe be able to see the fruits of their hard work and their labor.
Right.
In order for us to go a different path. And I think it's getting closer and closer. I mean, because at this point it's just blatant. It's blatant that we don't get the respect that we deserve. They don't care about the way they treat us. They don't care about what happens to these players after they retire from the league. And, 10, 12 years from now, half of these guys are suffering from night sweats and they can't sleep, and they going crazy, and they having all kind of they got CTE and they having all type of disabilities and stuff like that. So it's gonna come to a point to where we're gonna have to make a decision. We already have to make a decision, and so as long as we sit and accept the treatment, we can't. At some point, you can't even be mad at being treated wrong if you just gonna accept the treatment.
Right. So before we get too deep, shout out to Geno Smith and Tyrod Taylor. I forgot I left them off the list. That's two more. Don't want to get too deep in that, but we're gonna stay on like some. I won't say heavy, but you saw what happened to Kansas basketball? Did you see that?
No, what happened?
Damn, you really been studying, huh?
In the books, huh?
And then you've been just all on the run today. So Kansas, you heard about it, Daton?
I didn't hear about
University of Kansas pretty much been brought on some level 1 NCAA violations of basketball program.
Okay.
I want to say the words used was inability to maintain institutional control. And once you start hearing those words, it gets real deep.
Right.
Because that's showing that someone has lost control of the program.
Right.
And once someone has lost control of the program, it is deemed to be out of control. So that means that the problems are deep. Mm-hmm. It stemmed from like 2 players or something. I don't really know the particulars. I've been busy all day too. But Bill Self has like been named as one of the like
the main
problems. So like I think he gave like a player like almost $100,000, shit like that. Because even when like USC crashed and burned, remember back in the Pete Carroll days and the Reggie Bush days, like Pete Carroll was never named. It was like just the program, boosters and shit. Bill Self is like really named, and from what I'm hearing, it's like they probably gonna lose a bunch of scholarships, probably real deals, at least a mandatory like 1 year postseason ban. They don't. Most people don't think Bill Self gonna make it out of this as far as Kansas coach.
Right.
Real deep, man. A lot of shit going on, but I think that and they also say if this is gonna happen to Kansas, it's about to be a shaft coming down heavy across
everybody. Yeah.
So when I don't care about the situations. We all know that shit happens all the time across the board.
Right.
I think it opens up the door for these guys to start getting paid. Because when enough heads roll, I think it'll be like that come to Jesus moment where people are like, after all the blood is shed and everybody looks and like, damn, if we just would have paid them a couple of dollars, we wouldn't be, you feel me, dealing with this. So with that being said, what do you think about, because obviously you know that hammer coming down across the board and there's going to be a lot of heads that roll. Mm-hmm. And basketball is a sport, so this is probably the biggest one as far as paying the players without their likeness and stuff of that sort. Right. Where you feel like this is gonna go from here? Because this is big, and it's just like you starting to see like the LaMelo balls and unfortunately the path that his dad put him through was unnecessary, but it ended up working to his benefit because how he received it and took it and applied it. But people are starting to see that there's not, the NCAA is not just this is the go-to route.
Yeah, the only way.
I think from the discussions that have been had lately around players being paid, I think eventually it's going to happen. My only question is, will it be sooner than later? I definitely feel like players deserve to be paid because they bring in literally billions of dollars for these schools and these institutions, and most of that money goes to the pockets of the people that sit on the boards and the coaches and staff and but you have players around
staff,
there.
record label, everybody.
Yeah, you have players living off of ramen noodles and crackers.
Right.
Depending on what school you go to.
I mean, for the big names gonna eat, but I mean like because they that's what's going down. But the guy who barely getting playing time,
right,
trying to get it, like Josh Jacobs.
Yeah,
because he came without a scholarship, right?
I think so, but he earned one.
Yeah, Josh Jacobs was hungry as shit at first.
Yeah,
and then you think about it this way: when you're at these big D1 schools, a lot of times, a lot of those players aren't there really getting any real education.
Oh, for sure.
Because the schedule is so hectic. Even if they wanted to really just hunker down and complete their studies the way they should, they don't have time. So
it'd be overwhelming.
You should be paid because you're there as an employee. You're not there as a student. You're not having a student experience. You're working.
Yeah. I'm on the fence though, so I feel like how you're saying. How
you like Tebow out here? Go ahead,
listen to Tebow. I'm kind of right. Just like you said, after a while, like you keep going to the league and something like that, or like you was talking about a black quarterback. Like after a while, you just taking it. Like what's gonna happen. So like for college, I feel like what you're signing up for. I feel like now with basketball, there's more different ways to go to the NBA. So you don't have to necessarily go to college to go to the NBA. I feel like they're being paid out their likeness. Not everybody on the team is liked. So like football, you got 50 players, but you only know
on the college football team actually.
Yeah, I'm just saying you only know maybe 10 of them on your team. Like LSU players, you only know a few of them. So people getting paid on their likeness. Not everybody's still gonna get paid.
I mean, there's so much money in this system, Mike.
Yeah, for sure.
There's enough money to give. And I think it would be fair where if your name is not who's Tua Tagovailoa, Tua is a Heisman candidate. You can set the system up where you have to earn.
Right.
I don't care how much someone likes you. We'll pay you and you'll earn levels of pay. That's the way that you make it even. So if you were a Heisman candidate and you're a Heisman finalist, this is how much you get paid the next season or whatever your kicker is. If you all conference, if you all SEC, if you preseason All American because of your work that you put in, I mean, there's ways to do it. And that would do nothing but, I would think, push a better product because it would force you want more money. A lot of people are driven by money.
Right.
And the people who aren't driven by money, they're driven by that dream to get to the NFL. So I think it's just going to naturally cause people to work harder because you're going to want the money.
And to kind of push back on what Mike was saying, when we look at these schools, like you look at a school like Duke and you look at the caliber of their program, you watch Duke because Duke brings in top talent to their program. So then the question becomes, is it a program that makes the talent or is it the talent that makes the program?
Thank
so
you.
if it's the talent that makes the program,
No.
Like both. You got Mike.
It's never the look.
Mike.
It's never.
But Mike not out there on that court.
I know, but
dribbling
he
that
coaching
ball.
greats. He got all that experience.
Ooh,
Some
Mike
people,
who?
Kasechsky.
Mike,
Yeah.
Coach K,
Yeah,
Coach K.
Coach K.
I just heard Mike.
Some
I didn't
people
hear
just
the
come to like Alabama. Avery Johnson. They only came. Some people, Colin Sexton. He only came to Alabama mostly due to
But
Avery Johnson.
the only time, like when you say likeness, the only reason the Alabama basketball program got paid was not for Avery Johnson, because Colin Sexton was there.
Right.
Of course. Yeah, but he still made
so
Avery made it notable.
Here's what I think Daton is trying to go.
Yeah.
What if all those players that went to Duke went to Tuskegee?
Right.
Tuskegee be popping.
Right. And what would Duke be? What Tuskegee is now, right? As far as a basketball school, right? It's that simple.
So
the talent, especially in basketball, the talent. Yeah. Now in football, because you need facilities and all this stuff, basketball you just need a hoop, a gym, some cones, good workout trainers, good regimen, good programs, and you on your way.
Yeah.
Colin Sexton could have went to Tuskegee that year. He went to college for real, and would have dropped 50 a game. Everybody know he tough with it. Somebody's at the door. We're gonna see what that is. I'll let that until I come back.
Okay. But that's when I agree with Tim Tebow. He was like, when people start getting paid, then like maybe the passion for the sport is not as high. You know what I mean? Like people stop watching it because now it's kind of like NFL now.
Well, the question is, did Tim Tebow's passion, did his passion die when he started playing for the NFL and he was getting a check?
No.
All right then. So that's a moot point.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It would be interesting. I would like to see him paid, but I feel like it may be.
Yeah, that's an excuse.
All right, I'm back. I just think it's too easy, bro. I think it's just entirely too easy to pay him something, and it would literally end all that. It would continue to make college football or college athletics the pipeline. Nobody would question the institution. It's just like greed. It's just driven by greed. But we gotta get off that because we gotta speed the show up. So the next thing, now we off the heavy shit, man. Now we gonna give you some shit to laugh about, to talk about, to smile about, loosen up. Okay, we good. All the heavy shit gone.
Okay.
It wasn't even heavy. I like convo.
Yeah,
I like convo like that. It wasn't like bad shit happening. It was like,
because I can get a lot deeper.
Yeah, I like it wasn't like a lot of bad shit happening. It was just some shit that
we had to talk about.
We gotta talk about some shit. Right. So man, I got a new favorite sport, man.
What?
Bro, you close that door for us, bro? No? Yeah, appreciate it. New favorite sport. Well, not a new favorite sport, but a new sport on my radar, bro.
What is it?
Tag, bro. Tag.
What you mean, like you it?
Like
tag you it.
Like you it?
Cuz Daton sent me a video last week of World Tag Championships, a World Championship tag, bro. Bruh.
Are they serious?
It requires so much athleticism, bro. They literally are like, so think about you chasing me. Mm-hmm. And it's like all type of like obstacles, like you're running behind me, and I'm trying to like stay away from you, right. But I gotta like go up under some shit, over some shit, like under a pole.
Dang. Are you on
While
teams?
tracking? No, it's just 1-on-1.
Oh, sheesh.
Well, the ones I seen is 1-on-1, bro.
1-on-1.
Cross the room. It's like hella obstacles between me and you, but the room like this big.
Right.
It's like, let's get it. He's like, bro.
Sign me up.
Nah, bro. That requires some training, bro. I know. You gotta do that parkour shit. You gotta have some. Your quick twitch muscles gotta be.
Where did you find this at? Where did you find this at?
Man, let me tell you something. It just popped up in my
YouTube
recommendations.
Okay.
On YouTube. I don't even know
what you
how.
Be watching to get recommendations,
man. All kind of stuff.
World tag, okay.
All kind of stuff.
Tag,
man.
bro.
And it just popped up one day, and I said, "What the hell is this? Let me check this out." I said, "Oh yeah, I gotta send this to Cam."
I was pumped up, bro. But I just know it's nothing I can do. I ain't that athletic, bro. Like, cause you real deal gotta, cause I gotta like while you chasing me, I gotta track you because it's like a course. So like there's like he can utilize things to corner you. So I gotta track what you doing while like I gotta go up under this thing too and like not bust my motherfucking head.
It's like parkour tag, bro.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, bro. It's
That's
crazy.
Exactly what
That's
it is.
tough, man.
Slack, wow, bro.
They might bring that to school, bro.
Some airbender type shit, bro. Shit, wow, bro. I want to develop it as a workout plan. Let me show you a tape. I'm gonna let you see a tape of this while we talk, Mike, because you gonna be like, man, these folks, wow. I gotta get a workout like involved with that, because that just seems like you gotta tap into so much of your body to compete at that, bro.
Hey, man, that's a disaster waiting to happen.
Oh, absolutely. Somebody gonna crack their head. Yeah. They don't got no helmets. Look at this, Mike. Check it out. He wait till you get close to him. And it's on now. Now it go crazy.
Slid.
Yes, bro. He got him. Got him. See,
That's
sometimes
crazy.
they be going for like 20 seconds. The longer it get, it's just more disaster.
What's the name of the channel, Cam?
Oh, it's World Chase Tag.
So for all the viewers out there, if you interested in seeing what we watching,
World Chase Tag.
Yes,
World Chase
Tag on YouTube.
That shit is insane, bro.
Insane right here.
If they put some helmets on, I'm down. They need a little more. They need a little more protection out there, bro.
I think it makes it more entertaining. No protection.
Look at this, bro.
Let's go out there and show me what you got.
Rod, I'm gonna show you this shit after we get done. This is crazy.
Yeah, bro. I feel like nowadays you can make anything now.
Oh
and
yeah,
just make it
You
exciting.
can.
Yeah, man.
You definitely can.
That's
You can
what make
make it.
everything crazy.
You can make a good living for it too.
Definitely.
Right.
I'm sure they thought they was kind of like.
I'm sure those guys make like I'm sure there's $1 million tag athlete.
Oh, for sure.
Sponsored by Nike.
When
Probably.
they came up with it, they was like, "Hey, let's make a whole game about tag," and then
all you gotta do is just put a little substance behind it and it's lit.
The key is to, if you can develop a fan base,
Anything can go.
anything can go.
Anything
They'll pay
can
you
turn
for
up.
it.
dang.
Anything can turn up. We gonna roll it. We finna close it out, Mike. We got one more thing to hit that I was looking at that I thought was funny. Then we gonna roll you out with this pop culture.
Say less. You didn't see that coming, huh?
No.
I know you did it.
I was looking for something a little more hip. Like that's old. Like I was even hip to that one.
I'm sorry.
Oh, but so I was reading something. NFL, I didn't know this was a thing actually until I saw like a video. You seen that video? Like I think it was like a Titans game or something. Where like they caught some shit on fire, like the pregame shit.
No.
Yeah,
It's tightening up over there.
yeah. So now the NFL has banned the use of pyro at games.
That's the fire, right?
Yep.
Dang.
And I'm like, why the
Falcons did it all the
fuck
time.
did they have that? Like this is not the fucking WWE. You feel me?
No, when you run out of the entrance.
It's not. You see what happens is all that extra shit he was doing. It just for what? It's
like
not the W. You can get the same effects with strobe lights. You burning shit up in a dome and shit.
Yeah,
Man, what y'all
that's
doing?
why I think they got UGA got like the little light show when they
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
do like the NBA. Turn the lights off and go crazy with the lights.
the light, but they got the pyros and stuff.
Who?
The NBA.
Well, they ain't burning
The Hawks
shit.
got the right on top of the court. I think they got the flow of fire.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, the
They
fire
do
go
have
right there.
pyro.
Well, the Hawks they just reaching to get people to come to the game. Ooh, the Hawks got fire above the court. Hawks doing all type of shit to get people to come to the game.
Yeah, man.
You know,
I'm gonna miss the fire.
let's
man.
not compare. We don't want to talk about it. First off, today we ain't.
What?
You know what? You want to talk about Atlanta sports? Let's talk.
Okay.
Falcons lost.
Yeah, man. Shout out to my boy Keanu Neal. He had another ACL injury, man. Well, no, Achilles.
You don't look at him. He from the A, but I don't think he give a damn about the
I
Falcons.
don't give a damn about the Falcons. I don't give a damn about any NFL team right now.
That's sad, man. You gotta be a Falcon
Yeah,
fan.
Falcons lost, man. I just remember when a lot of people, you know,
We good.
when I picked against him, I guess people thought that I was picking like as a hater. But if you listen every week, I speak highly of Jacoby Brissett and the Colts. So I knew y'all was gonna get
he
rained.
was just about to he was just about to change the
I
team.
only was about to change my pick, and I forgot it was the Falcons they were playing. Because whatever the text thread was, I said, "Guys, can I change my pick? Darius Leonard is out."
Right.
And then
Not
you
because of
immediately
Jacoby.
responded. You said no, and then you said, "Hold on, do you want to pick the Falcons?" And that immediately reminded me, "Oh yeah, they playing the Falcons." I just saw on the fantasy report that Darius Leonard was now ruled out. I said, "Oh shit, I know I picked the Colts. That's a big blow."
Right.
But then once you reminded me it was the Falcons, I was locked in, baby.
Wow.
You feel me?
Sorry, man.
Shout out to the Saints. We ain't got one here now. We want to talk about winners. Shout out to the Saints. Everybody thought we was out. I told y'all we wasn't out of it. Teddy Bridgewater can manage the game. Our
Seahawks.
defense is good enough. Oh, Seahawks. I bet if you go look on the Instagram and the Twitter and the Facebook and all this shit, I bet you go see 5 people pick the Seahawks and 1 person picked the Saints. And I got laughed on every social media. All this shit we trying to get to 1K, I got laughed at on all of it. Hey, Cam, stupid.
Yep.
Falcons. I mean, the Saints dead.
Y'all gonna win this week?
Yeah.
Who y'all play?
Cowboys.
Oh,
yes.
No, yeah.
And you know why? I'm gonna explain to us. I don't want to say I told y'all so after the fact. I don't want people to think I'm being a fan. I really think we're gonna win. There's one reason. One, we actually had a really good defense. I think it showed y'all. We beat the shit out of the Seahawks. I don't care what fantasy owners think about Russell Wilson's stat line and those 50 points he gave you. Fantasy owners, people who watch fantasy football didn't watch the game, think Russell was like a close game. We beat them so bad that's why he scored 50 points trying to get them back in the game. Our defense is really good, and I think that we remember how badly the Cowboys beat us last year. I think they came and they handled us. They really handled us. They
manhandled.
I admit, like I immediately after the game, I called my boy Pro and said, "Pro, they beat." I don't know what happened, and these lights are just making the bugs just fucking. I don't know, but I told Pro, I said, "This is the first time I ever can admit my team was literally handled by another team." So I think they remember how they was handled last year. I think they're not gonna get handled like that this year. I think they remember. They got bullied.
Is it in Dallas?
Yeah, they put Alvin. I don't remember. It don't matter where the game is. When you get bullied, it don't matter the next time you see the bully. You're going to come back ready to fight.
I like all this energy he got.
Because for real, bro, we got bullied that game. They knocked Alvin Kamara out of the game. They was hitting him in the helmet and stuff. Yeah. And we ain't forgot how bad they hit us. And they bullied us. And I think a team 1 year removed from that, remember how the aggression they came out with, and they won't get caught like that again. So with that being said, I don't want people to think I told you so after the fact. I really think we're just gonna come with a level of aggression this game. I think the Cowboys are the superior team without our quarterback. But I think we're gonna come and reach a level of aggression. I think if we can get up 7 to 10 points, I think our defense can keep us in the game. But fuck all that too. I don't care.
Interesting.
We're trying to get into pop culture, man. I've been trying to steer you to your pop culture. I've been trying to talk to you, man.
Okay.
You've been gone. We ain't hit. Pop culture ain't the same when you ain't here, bro. Because I live under a rock, and like I spend most of my time looking at sports and trying to, expand and stuff. And I
Mike?
Y'all rely on you.
What you got?
What I got? Let me look, man. Did y'all know AB's in school?
I did hear he enrolled in Central Michigan.
Yeah, my boy taking classes now. He taking econ and all that stuff, just like me, man. I'm about to talk to him. For real, I need help out there.
You told me that econ test was hell.
Y'all watched the Emmys, did y'all?
I didn't watch them, but I was excited about the Emmys because Shannon Sharp was one of the red carpet hosts, so I was excited.
Have you seen his closet?
I watched his like sneaker shopping with Complex, and like I knew his sneaker game crazy.
Sneaker game is crazy.
Yeah, I saw the episode too.
Yeah.
Hold on, who dressed better, him or Skip?
Shit,
him because he just got different flavor. When Skip come with that black on black, he be crazy with it though. And now he done pulled the chain with the black on black. What? I forgot. I think somebody who came on the show gave him the chain, and so now he wear like this gold chain with the black on black.
Yeah, I know. He be coming with the dress.
Yeah, but Shay go crazy. With the dress game.
Greatest rap beef
ever. Man,
I know y'all been listening to a lot of music.
I was just talking to my brother about this.
I'm trying to see what's
my brother was listening. This is crazy. Okay. My brother was just sitting, I want to say, yesterday or day before, listening to Ether. Mm-hmm. And I said, that's the second greatest diss song of all time, to No Vaseline, which will lead me to tell you that I think the greatest beef of all time was NWA and the kind of they split. I think what it did, like, changed rap. I think if they don't split, Death Row never happened. You know what I'm saying?
True.
You know, they're like, what Dr. Dre's greatness of ever, like, look at how Dr. Dre impacted so many. Like, I think that is the greatest beef ever because what came of it.
That's an interesting perspective. Greatest rap beef. Boy, you hit us with a doozy there.
Yeah.
I was just prepared because I listened to Ether yesterday.
Shit.
Yeet.
And honestly, greatest rap beef that probably had the most smoke, but ended in tragedy for both parties Well, it had to be Big and Pac, man. I'm sorry.
Why are we laughing?
I mean,
it was just how he built it up.
Yeah.
No, seriously.
He said it.
It was like he built it up. It's not funny, but
No,
it's like he built it
seriously,
up.
it's not funny at all because two people were taken from us, two icons.
Yeah.
Even though I hold no respect to persons, but even still, you hated to see those brothers go through what they went through. But if we just talking about greatest rap beefs, like they really had smoke.
Big Smoke.
Big Smoke. Like it was authentic. So it made for a hell of an entertaining beef that unfortunately ended in tragedy. But that had to be my greatest one.
Okay.
I think an underrated honorable mention might be the fan in me, but will be Drake.
Yeah, that's mine.
And Pusha T.
Oh, okay. I like
because it was
Drake.
just
was it Drake? Yours Drake and Meek.
Yeah, Drake and Meek.
I think it was just like that little
I
think it was just that little time, but I guess I think the Drake year.
Yeah.
Or whatever it was, that Drake period
that
of
span.
That is a very honorable mention because he handled, even though he lost the Pusha, and well, he didn't lose the push because shout out to Cuz. Because Cuz told him not to drop the tape.
Yeah, he's like, hey, don't do it.
That's word to mouth. He told me that to my face. He told me.
For those that don't know, Cam is related to Jay Prince.
I didn't want to tell everybody.
Well, you said Cuz. I mean, who?
You knew. No, I'm just playing. I'm kidding. I mean, well, we not kidding, but I don't care if anybody know. Shout out to Big Cuz, Jay Prince. Shout out to all my family over there. Rap a lot. But Big Cuz, they said he had some heat, okay?
We should have dropped the heat, shit. Instead of letting me down, he let me down.
He let me down.
I was waiting
too.
on him to respond.
He let me down too. But when I looked at him and said, "Was it hot?" And he told me, "Yeah." I said, "Okay."
He talked about it on the shop. He was like, "It's some."
Yeah,
I don't want to hear that, man.
I wish. I really think they got the tape still, and I think.
Oh yeah, they got the tape.
Next time I see him, I'm gonna have to put some pressure. Like, let me hear it, bro. I let him pat me down, bro. I might have to listen to the song butt naked, bro.
Right.
But I need to hear it, bro. Cause I feel deprived, but they told me it was nasty, bro. It was nasty, and I knew they wasn't blowing smoke because you can see the look in their face, like when they were like, "Nah, bro." Like you know how motherfucker get serious, like, "Nah."
Shit, they should have let him drop it, man.
He just said like that, like it made sense because I didn't get what he was saying because we was like, it was loud, it was like you don't get in there and everybody was on him, so you kind of can't really get a full personal conversation. That's more like when we back family reunion type shit,
right?
But when he went on, I forgot which show it was, and he just said like the pig pen mentality. He just knew what it was gonna go to because once Drake dropped that, Push actually is a street dude. Like, well, I won't say a street dude, but he is more street than Drake. So, you just didn't want to take it there, and then now it's there and there and there. And then we back to where you saying, Biggie and Pac and this real smoke.
Well, do we really see like some Biggie and Pac level
nowadays?
Yeah, because these young kids just don't value life and care about life anymore.
But I'm saying between Drake and Push, I mean, it's Drake and Push.
But
not saying that
social media is so powerful, Daton, bro. It don't gotta be Drake and Push no more to pull. Like, it can just be Drake. Like, I'm a super Drake stan. Like, you just sat down and said, "Ooh, Ken, you got the Scorpion in the radio." I got Scorpion right there on vinyl, man, right there next to Daton. You feel me? I'm a fan, and if I was like a real impressionable fan, like, and I just took and gravitated towards the beef,
so you gonna kill for Drake.
People will, not me. Absolutely not.
You're the Chief Keefs.
Absolutely not.
Chief Keef.
Oh. Speaking of, since we talking about 6ix9ine, 6ix9ine.
Yeah,
we wanted to talk about 6ix9ine before we get out of here. We just want to talk about snitching, Mike. So we're gonna ask you because this question was proposed to me. I definitely didn't have this on tap. I forgot about it, but I'm glad we're talking about it.
Okay.
What are the rules to snitching? What are the rules?
I don't even know if there are rules. It's just
because I was hit with a bunch of different scenarios and I felt differently about all of them, and it was one scenario where I'm like, well, yeah, I'm gonna snitch, and it was like, damn, I was like,
did I just say that?
Did I just say that? But it was like the scenario was like I didn't do anything, and it was like a real random person did it, and I saw him do it. Like, yeah, I'm like, no, he did it, I didn't.
Yeah.
But like, what are the rules? It's really weird because like the whole 6ix9ine situation, Also, the Antonio Brown, Shannon Sharp called him Antonio 6'9" or whatever.
Yeah, I remember that.
Because he said that he aired out some of his dirty laundry. Like, what are the rules to snitching? Like, it's just mind your business. Is that just kind of the golden rule?
I feel like it's like mind your business, but you never know what situation somebody's in. You know what I mean? I'm like 6'9" in a tough situation, so you don't know how you gonna react until you in his shoes. You know what I mean?
Of course. I mean, I don't judge anybody. I mean, I just look at him like, he's snitching.
Right, he's snitching.
That's about all I got to say about it. He's snitching.
Yeah, so.
I ain't gonna sit here and stand on no soapbox and be like, nah, because that's how you get your foot in your mouth. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like to stand on them, man.
I don't know if there's any rules though. I just feel like, you just play it smart. You gotta play it smart. Play your cards right.
What you think, D? Dave?
He a snitch.
Oh, he most definitely is a snitch. For that case, he's
100%.
Definitely a snitch. But like I told you before the start date, I look at snitching, and I always hold the other party accountable. I try to make sure their accountability is met. So in the 6'9" situation, I looked at 6'9" from the jump and thought he was a fraud. Right. So like in your eyes, like what did you expect? And then when you look deeper into the situation, you know that like his whole identity was built and fabricated. So like when you really in this lifestyle, like when you bring someone in who hadn't lived it and hadn't grown it and it isn't organic to them, when shit go bad, they're going to revert to what they know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I get that, and I agree with that. But I feel like, when you proclaim that you live by a certain code, and you in the streets and this what you do, and you gang and you repping and all this shit.
Gang.
When them chips fall,
yeah,
ain't no telling. There is no telling.
Oh yeah.
But we know, there's no honor amongst thieves as well.
True.
So, I mean, you got a ton of people out here snitching, but to say that is, does it make it honorable? Hell no. Are they still a snitch? Yes. And the rules are, if you are living by a certain code, if you in the game, if you in the streets, if you doing whatever, and you get caught, or the people around you and whoever else get caught, and you knew what it was from the start, now you can't tell.
Gotta zip the lips, man.
Now, it was a scenario earlier where, let's say, all three of us are riding in the car together. Mike, I got a gun in the car. You don't know I got a gun and some drugs in the trunk.
All right.
You don't know this. Now, we get pulled over. I jump out. Me and Cam jump out the car. We run. We get away.
Bing, bing.
The police arrest you, and they find a gun in the car, and they find the drugs.
Right.
Now, they're about to put the drugs on you. I wouldn't be mad.
All right, I'm telling.
If you
I'm telling. That's my life.
I wouldn't be mad at that because I mean, you came in a situation with no knowledge. You know, I didn't give you any warning. Hey, bro, before you get in this car, man, I'm in here hot. You know what I'm saying? Right. I got a gun beside me and I got some shit in the trunk. I ain't let you know that. I just told you to hop in and ride with me.
Right.
So, I wouldn't be mad at that. Now, do I consider that snitching? No. Now, you may have some people out there that'll say, oh, man, that's some snitch shit. You weren't supposed to tell regardless. But that's ignorance.
Yeah.
But now, if I warned you before you got in this car, and you still got in the car, you knew what it was. So, yeah, at that point, you snitching.
Right.
Okay.
I agree with that.
Okay, so we got the snitch. We figured out. Well, we didn't figure it out. There's a lot of variables of snitching and when it's right and wrong.
It's tough.
But, the end is near. The end is here. You know what I'm saying?
Esports, what's up with that, man?
We'll talk about that later. We got a lot of.
I didn't know how you was doing with your my player, all that stuff.
I don't want to talk about it right now. I'm just frustrated with 2K. I'm frustrated. I'm just focusing on other things right now.
Okay.
Understandable, man. One thing, bro. Is it true that Martha Stewart did not snitch?
I don't know.
When she went down?
I believe that is true.
I seen a meme that says, shout out to Martha Stewart, she a real when she didn't snitch. If that is so, shout out to Martha. I'm going to go buy some sheets tomorrow.
She didn't snitch. Lil' Kim didn't snitch.
The list goes on.
Yeah.
Shout out to the folks that don't snitch. Shout out to the folks that don't get into shit so they ain't got to snitch. You feel me?
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's the key.
Yeah, you feel me? Just don't get in this shit.
Stay cool.
Stay away from people that's going to even cause you to even have to snitch on them.
True.
I don't have to tell on Mike.
Yeah.
I don't have to tell on Dane because they don't do nothing I got to tell on them about. You feel me?
Exactly.
So that's what we going to do. But, you know, we appreciate y'all sitting down, dating again. Appreciate you coming through. I'm sure you'll come back through.
Man, I enjoyed myself.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll come back, holler at the HasBeens. Keith was out of town this week. Keith doing big things. Keith. You know, he working.
Roll Tide.
Okay. Thanks. But you know, until the next time, man, you know, holler at us. Roll to 1K, man. Where can they fucking find us, Mike?
WildCard Sports. That's on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Website is thewildcardsports.com. Y'all like, subscribe, follow, comment, anything that tells you to do on all those social media platforms, man. We
just do it.
Yeah, man. Road to 1K is real.
Well, I guess we can't use that because Nike will be trying to.
Right.
You know nowadays, bro. Because it's going up on YouTube. You say the damn catchphrase, they gonna come at you for infringement, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
So, Keys, we might have to rip that off. You know what I'm saying? But y'all y'all handle that, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all come and holler at us, man. We gonna keep bringing it to you. We ain't going nowhere.
Yes, sir.
We ain't going. Which button is that, Mike?
We ain't going
I think it's the Is that?
I'm not fucking leaving.
We ain't fucking going nowhere, bro. You feel it? So, you know, just subscribe and come back next week. You know what I'm saying? We'll give y'all a better show than this week. You know, and a better show and a better show and a better show, and they get better. We just blabbing right now, so we gonna get up out of here. HasBeens Podcast, episode 12. Cam, Will, Mike, DP, man, we out of here, man.
Yes, sir.